Well, as we've been talking, Debbie brought storm surge and flooding, and obviously homes were affected, but it was no match for some cars that ended up submerged in this water.
A lot of cars, unfortunately, and others drove through questionably high water. Now they're wondering whether they damaged their vehicle. Yeah, we're going to check with 8 on Your Side consumer investigator Shannon Benkin, who joins us live in studio. Shannon.
Stacey, Keith, I wanted to do this story because while I was out covering the storm, I witnessed people driving through high water and some stalling out. If you're wondering what's next, here's what you need to know. Throughout the Bay Area, drivers face impassable roads, and some took risk driving through. While some made it to the other side with no visible problems, others weren't so lucky.
Cars are designed to get wet and run through some water. They're not designed to be submerged in water.
Dusty Cox, store manager at Olin Mott, tells me that if you drove through water that didn't come above the door cracks, you're probably okay.
If you went through some water and you're wondering, if you start your car up and there's no lights on and it's running the same way it normally runs, the chances are you probably didn't mess anything up. If you stalled out in some deep water like that, well, then you're going to want to take it to a professional and have it checked out.
Speaking of deep water, Cox tells me cars that were submerged or left sitting in water for an extended period could be a total loss. I went to Mark Jenkins of AAA to find out what we need to know about filing an insurance claim for your flooded vehicle.
People who have optional comprehensive coverage will be covered by flooding, but those who don't, they'll end up having to pay out of pocket. I think the concern is for those people who don't have comprehensive coverage that they might be willing to drive a car that's really not safe for the road.
Jenkins says many have just collision coverage, which only kicks in if they hit or are hit by another vehicle.
And now is really an important time to be talking with your insurance provider to ensure that you have adequate coverage. For those people who may not have been impacted by this storm, there's another storm that could be coming in another week or two.
As for the claims process, Jenkins recommends calling your agent right away. Find a mechanic you trust and have patience. Jenkins recommends avoiding driving a flooded out car even to the mechanic. He says that even starting that vehicle could cause more damage.